This is how to hit the perfect iron shot. And stay till the end for one of my favourite bonus tips. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video has been so highly requested over the last few weeks, so I'm excited to talk you through it and talk you through my favourite tips when it comes to hitting solid iron shots. Before we get started, there's so many of you who will be watching this video and haven't already subscribed. So if you're one of them, hit subscribe. It takes a second to do. It'll help me, it'll help the channel, and it'll mean you'll never miss another video like this. So if you want to get better at golf, then hit subscribe now. Right, let's get into it. So, the irons. As always, I could stand here and talk a load of technical words to you, but I'm not. I'm going to keep it super simple, super easy for you to take straight out onto the course. First point is all about a consistent setup. So a consistent ball position, posture and setup to the ball. It's something we always need to cover because without a consistent setup, you're going to hit bad shots before you've even swung the club, okay? And an inconsistent setup is what I see so much, especially when it comes to the ball position, okay? So let's talk about setup when it comes to our irons, and then we can move on to the golf swing. Okay, so starting off straight away, I'm using an 8 iron. Ball position is key because ball position determines whereabouts on the swing arc you're gonna hit the ball. Now, I see so many golfers with the ball position too far back. Not only is this gonna cause you to chunk the ball, you can see I've not completed my swing arc yet. The club face is open. It's going to go off to the right. Without you even thinking about it, you've caused all kinds of implications, okay? And the opposite, I see so many golfers with the ball position too far forward. Okay, so where does it need to be then with our irons? So with our mid irons, it's just left of centre. With our long irons, it's a little bit closer, further forward to our front heel. Pop our toes together, take 2 steps forward, 1, 2 and 3 steps back. This just allows the ball to be positioned left of centre. Okay, from there, this gives me a nice stance to shoulder width. You can see both of my toes are turned out, which allows the body to rotate. I see so many golfers like this. You can see it closes the knees in, the hips in. We're going to sway. We're going to be really inconsistent. So just turn those 2 toes out are what's going to allow you to be free with your swing. From there, we need to think of our distance away from the ball. So again, I see so many golfers too close to the ball and too far away. So the best way to gauge this, I always talk about this, is just pop your hands straight forward, bend from your hips. Where the club lays flat on the ground is where the ball needs to be. So just shuffle forward, and that allows the arms to hang directly straight down with our mid irons. We've got our ball position, we've got a nice structured base, and we've got our distance away from the ball, which not only allows the weight to be in the balls of our feet, but it also allows the arms to hang and just a natural bend to the knees. If you can perform that same posture, setup every time, then you've got a really good chance of hitting good golf shots. But if you're consistently changing your ball position, if you're standing too close to the ball one shot, too far away on the other one, or your weight is in the wrong part of your feet, that's when you're going to make it so much harder for yourself before we've even swung. Okay? So tick those boxes off, and then we can move into our technique. Now, tip number 2 is a big one because I see a lot of golfers doing this and they don't realise they're doing it, but it causes a lot of problems further down the line. And it's all about how we take the club away, how we shift our weight straight away, okay? I see so many golfers sway to hit the ball. I see so many golfers lift or dip. In doing that, you feel like you've rotated because you've moved your arms, but you've actually not. You can see how my chest has stayed pointing straight forward, okay? So we've either lift, dipped, swayed to get there, or even worse, we've gone in the opposite direction, okay? All those cause our chest to stay out in front. We've not turned at all, and because of that, we've not shifted our weight, and we're not creating power. So drill number 1 is one of my favourites as always. Just pop the club on our chest, get ourselves set up over the ball, and rotate the club head down towards the ball, okay? You can see straight away the weight shifting onto the trail side, my chest is turning, and you can see I'm rotating my shoulders as far back as I can. Down towards the ball, again working the butt of the club down towards the ball, shifting the weight back forward, rotating my hips, everything is working as one. If I sway, the club's not going to make it to the ball. If I lift or if I dip, it's not going to make it to the ball. If I just then put my hands on the club, that is such a solid position. How does that now look from side on? So again, rotate, working the club head down towards the ball, and then I'm going to just pop my club in my hands. Look how solid that is. Okay, if I just continue to turn, I've got a very good backswing. From there, all I need to do is think the same, work the butt towards the ball, and I'm creating really nice golf shots. Drill number 2 is harder, but it's so worth it, okay? Get yourself over the ball like we were doing before with our drill where we pop our toes together to do our ball position. But now we're going to lift our trail foot up, okay? If you can hover your leg, that's great. If not, just rest your toe behind. From here, I want you to make a short swing, okay? You're going to feel your whole body rotate, because if you don't, then you're going to fall, okay? If you try and stand up, you're going to lose balance. So this is forcing you to turn. If you don't turn, it's going to go wrong. Okay, so just start with some half swings, really feeling our chest working and our hips slightly rotating. Look how I'm catching the ground at the same time every time. I'm not doing this and I'm not falling away. If you can, work your way up to a full swing. You may need to pop your foot on the ground now, but this is just going to give you such a good feel of the whole body rotating, and you'll feel the pressure in your leg. You'll feel the weight trying to transfer, but it can't because you've only got one leg on the ground. But everything's going to rotate and it's going to feel really good. Okay, so let's give it a try. As we said, just starting off with a nice short swing, taking some practice swings, brushing the same part of the grass every time, and then give it a go. Don't worry if it doesn't reach the green. This is purely just for practice. Very nice. It made me turn, it made me stay controlled, and it was a really nice strike and divot. Third and final tip. We've spoken about this recently with our driver, and it's huge. It's all about how the club's been delivered to the ball at impact, and whereabouts on the club face that you're actually striking the ball. Because if you're hitting it out the toe or out the heel, that's when we're going to have inconsistent shots. So the aim of this is to get you hitting the ball out the centre. So as you hit the ball, the club face is pointing almost towards the target. Because if your club is pointing off to the right or off to the left, then that's where we're going to see curvature. It's going to go in the wrong direction. And so many of you don't realise you're doing this. You just kind of blame your swing, blame conditions around you. But it's mainly down to this. So if we can control this and control the strike location, then that's when you're going to be striking your irons so much better. With that being said, who are the tips that we've just spoken about? So talking about our setup and our posture and talking about our rotation is what gives us this clean strike. If you're not set up to the ball correctly, you're going to find it super hard to square this out, because again, your club face is going to be pointing in the wrong direction, or you're going to be trying to save it, so you're going to end up hitting it out the toe. It's going to feel really sharp, it's going to shoot up your arm, it's not going to be very nice. Let's just get straight into it. And there's 2 fantastic drills for this. The first one doesn't require any equipment other than you, the ball and the club, okay? What I want you to think of is, obviously we've just said we want the club to be square at impact. So I want you to take some short swings without a backswing. Hear me out, it sounds very strange. But all I want you to do is to make a follow through. So make this position by brushing the ground with the club head, okay? In doing that, you want to keep your lead arm, so your lead hand pushed forward and the weight being pushed into your lead side. Doing this just a few times really allows you to feel how the club should be acting at impact. Now, if you're someone that falls behind, then you'd find it almost impossible to do this drill, because you're going to have to really overcomplicate it. We've not got that time in the golf swing to do that, okay? Even the opposite, if you're someone that hammers down towards the ball, then you're not going to have this feel. You're not going to be able to brush the ground, okay? Not only is this going to square up the club face, but it's going to allow you to feel, again, how it should feel at impact. And it's also going to give you crisp, clean divots because you're going to be making ball to ground contact consistently out the centre of the club face. Before we go in to hit the ball, just add a little backswing feel to it. Brush down towards the ball. Backswing, brush down towards the ball. Do that 10 times and it's going to make you so aware of club face control, how your hands, how your weight should be feeling, and also the club being brushed along the ground. You're creating that lovely divot. You're going to be striking it clean out the centre of the club face. Let's give that a go. So I'm only going to do a short backswing and a short follow through. This is going to be almost like a punch shot, but it's going to feel really solid. Okay, really good. Clean divot, super straight, and I compress the ball. And the second drill to this is just my ultimate favourite. You've probably seen me do this tons before, and it's just so good. You can use it with every club in the bag, and it just requires 1 tee or 2. And I'm going to show you why. First off, we're going to just pop it straight in front of the ball like this. From here, you just want to make a swing, hit the ball, and then the tee, okay? This is going to give you ball to ground contact. It's going to give you clean strikes and fantastic divots. Now, if you want to make this a little bit different or a little bit harder, get yourself 2 tees and pop them either side like this. We did this with our driver and we're doing it with our irons because it works the same. What we want to feel is that we take our club away and we deliver the club through the tees. Now, if you hit this tee, then you're working too far into out. If you hit this tee, you're working over the top, okay? Or the club face is pointing in the wrong direction. So if you can hit the ball whilst missing the tees, then the club is going to work really nicely, square through impact, and you're going to have a nice strike. To make this drill even better, put the 2 together, okay? So the first drill we had where we've got our ball and the tee just in front, and we're using the second one as a gate, okay? This is not only going to deliver the ball square through the tees, but it's going to ensure you're hitting the tee behind the ball, you're creating ball to ground contact, and you're going to be hitting clean divots consistently. Let's give this a go. So pure, really nice. Now that drill is just so good. It fixes everything. Even if you just do it without a ball, set up your gates, swing through the gate. It allows you to have a consistent swing path, the club face to be square, and it's going to give you so much confidence because, you know, we're creating that awareness like we were doing before with our first drill. And then this just puts it all together. It's so good. And there we have it. There's some of my favourite tips to get you hitting your irons perfectly and consistent every time. I hope you enjoyed today's video and took as much value away as you can. There's so many more videos like this coming, so make sure you hit subscribe because you don't want to miss out. If you want to go a step further, make sure you've turned your notifications on too. That way, when I ever upload a video, you will always be the first to know. Press subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.